Hi, and welcome to another Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. I am your host, Eric Knowles. But before we get started, we'll have a word from one of our supporters.
Miami-Dade College has career paths in anything you want to be. What's your story? Be global. Be cutting edge. Be inventive. Be investigative. Be a hero. What do you want to be? Be the best. Be you. Be MDC.
Welcome back to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. I am your host, Eric Knowles, and you already know I'm excited. Excited about sitting in this seat and talking to entrepreneurs about opportunities, connecting the dots, as I always say. And I'm here with Mr. Calvin Gray. How are you, sir?
I'm doing blessed, sir. Thank you so much.
And we're here to talk about my will advocacy.
Yes, sir.
But before we get into my will advocacy, tell the folks a little bit about Mr. Gray.
Well, I'm originally from Freeport, Grand Bahamas. I came over here in '79 at the age of 9. I attended school over here, elementary, junior high school, and some of college. I didn't complete college all the way. My major was special education.
Okay.
I enjoy working with individuals that have that have disability problems, to be able to encourage them that their disability is not the end of life, but a chapter that they can work on.
Okay. Well, it's so great to have you here. Tell folks about My Will Advocacy.
My Will Advocacy is a nonprofit 501c3 mobile organization that empowers the lives of the blind and individuals of all ages. Basically, our motto is moving lives from handicap to handicapable, because we want to empower you that just because you're blind, that does not mean that you got to sit down and wait for wait for people to do things for you. You're more than capable, but you have to trust in yourself.
Right.
And we do that through levels of counseling, training, and educational resources. One thing that we definitely do is we want to encourage you through the Word of God that your life, God created you. He knows you inside and out. And if you just trust in Him, that's what He wants us to do. In Proverbs 3:5, trust in Him with all thine heart.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that He just wants us to learn to trust in Him,
right,
that He may direct our paths.
Absolutely. What had you to start My Will Advocacy? How long has it been around?
Our organization started in January of 2023.
Okay.
So we're entering our second year. We got a lot of, as far as our documents, getting all of everything in order is set. Now we're just trying to reach out to individuals and trying to work with them, find out who needs help so we can go directly to them, help them. Because a lot of times individuals that's blind and vision impaired, the hardest part for them is accepting it, especially when they're new to it. You have people who lose their sight due to diabetes, or maybe it's a family, they inherit something from their family that they never knew about.
Right.
Therefore, accepting it is the first part. And then going to the next part is trying to find ways to work on it. And in today's time, there's so many different things that you can use to be able to have that independency that you're seeking.
And I guess that's one of the most important part, is having that independency.
Well, the reason why it's important, because one thing that I stress all of my clients is that whoever's in your life, they have to move on. And when they move on, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You're not guaranteed the next person who steps in your life is want to help you.
Right.
So I want to empower you through that. And example is me. Everyone in my organization is either blind or visually impaired. We have a story to tell.
Right.
We have a story, but also we have a testimony that we've went through everything you've went through. We understand how you feel as a little kid in school and being bullied and afraid to acknowledge you have a vision.
Hmm.
Or even as a young adult, you don't know what you're going to do because you can't read regular print.
Right.
So we have that story as well as we have the testimony to encourage you.
For our audience, obviously, uh, being blind is pretty clear.
Mhm.
Can you talk about being visually impaired?
Well, visually impaired means that you have some sight, but you don't see things clearly.
Okay.
A good example is myself. I can see you, Mr. Knowles, but
Okay.
I don't see no
I'm
distinction
here.
on you. Yes,
Right. Right.
I I use as a blind or visually impaired person, we are more auditorial than visual.
Right.
So we use our ears as our eyes to be able to recognize things.
Okay.
Being blind is you're totally blind. You have no sight at all.
Right.
So you have to use all your senses. Even as a visually impaired person, you use all your senses from touching to smelling to tasting. You use every part of your body as your eyes to be able to get around.
Well, before we came on, we were talking, and obviously we're talking about growing up. My background, my father's Bahamian. Obviously, you are Bahamian. Grew up in Freeport, um, and we were talking the fact that you played football. So, and here you are now, as you say, you're visually impaired. When did this onset? When did it happen to you?
Well, the thing is, my father never told me that I had a Pacific vision problem. I inherited this from him. It
Hmm.
skips a generation in my family.
Okay.
Um, so basically, when I turned 30, things kind of shifted, meaning my vision got worse.
Okay.
Me going to Bascom Palmer, which is a very good eye institute
Right.
clinic, um, they determined that I probably have Peter's anomaly. So I'm probably following the pattern of my father, which right now he has only light recognition.
Okay.
So maybe I'm following his pattern. But during that whole time, I've been blessed to do many different things in my life. They got me to this point where I'm able to encourage others that just because you lose your sight, that doesn't mean that you have to stop doing whatever you're doing.
Right. And for the audience, like you said, at 30 that began. How was that from a I guess a mental perspective for you?
It was, and that's the thing everyone goes through, that an adjustment. You know, you want to keep it a secret. You don't know how to tell people. Um, Honestly, I was married at 25.
Hmm.
And my wife would tell you, I definitely tried to avoid sharing the information, accepting it.
Right.
I went through a period of depression, but as I got older and I understand that this is something I got to work on,
Right.
and slowly I started putting my trust more and more in God, and He's been directing me this whole time to where I've been working this whole time. I
Right.
still have a job as a visually impaired, but I'm trusting God on that path.
Okay. Um, we're going to get into obviously you starting the nonprofit is it stems from the fact that you are visually impaired and wanting to help others. How has that been in terms of reaching out to the community? And
Well, our organization is mobile. So the
okay.
idea is to go to you to make you feel
Okay.
comfortable.
Right.
There's only one other organization in Miami that does the same thing I do. But the only thing is their mobile is limited.
Okay.
I'm going to you. If a person just recently lost their sight or their sight is diminishing, they're afraid to come out in the community because of everything they hear on the news constantly.
Right.
So the idea is to go directly to you, work with you on the areas of your life you need working on. Also, the whole reason behind it is because when you ride STS, special transportation,
Hmm.
that's in Dade County, and you go about, you hear people that's complaining, oh, I've lost my sight, I can't see, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they don't realize there's services in Miami. These services are not noticeable enough.
We're going to get back to that. We're going to take a little break. We're going to start talking about those services. We'll be right back. We're going to get a word from one of our supporters. See you in a minute.
Learn and earn today at Miami-Dade College. College graduates earn 56% more than high school graduates and $1 million more in lifetime earnings. A degree from MDC is your path to greater earning power and career success. Choose from hundreds of affordable high-tech and in-demand career programs, including cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, business, and nursing. Learn and earn today at MDC and fast-track your career. Enroll now at mdc.edu/purpose.
Hi, and welcome back to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. Having a great conversation here about the blind community, visually impaired. And we were just speaking about the challenges you have in outreach or reaching out to those who need your services. And as you said, you're a mobile service, and there's maybe one or two others. You want to continue that?
Well, yeah, the reason why we're mobile, because, for example, you have individuals in group homes.
Mm-hmm.
You have individuals in foster care.
Okay.
You have individuals that's living in, the lesser communities that aren't aware of these services because not enough resource or information is given out. So the idea of being mobile is to go directly to them. Right now, I'm saying that I'm entering my second year. I'm doing my taxes. I'm trying to get into the school system.
Mm-hmm.
I've already been approved by DCF.
Okay.
I'm partnering with different organizations. So whenever they come across an individual, no matter what age they are,
Right.
we want to be able to help them. They may need to learn how to use a cane.
Okay.
A cane is important because a cane serves as another way of your eyes. We offer training in technology devices. There are so many different technology devices that a blind person can use, or visual, that if I can't read regular documents,
Mm-hmm.
there are AI or even technology devices that would able to help. If you're a totally blind person, they have a brailler. You learn how to read braille, which is in dots,
Right.
that a blind person uses their fingers to read. They also have braille notes. So they have AI technology braille notes that is just like a tablet that they can use. We also teach you in wellness, because a lot of times as a person who losing their sight, they tend to also lose, they tend to let their weight go out of control, or they have health issues because they're so depressed. They don't know where to turn.
Right.
For those individuals that want to go back to work, we would do job training with you. You would work with us. We'll show you how to utilize the tools you need to go to work. Because if you want to go to work, one thing we want to do is we want to provide the tools for you to go to work. Because a lot of times if you go for a job interview and they give you the job, and you tell them that you need certain equipment, even though by law they're obligated,
Right.
they will make it hard for you to get that job because they have to pay for equipment that's very expensive.
Okay.
We do independent life skills. A lot of times when you're visually impaired or blind, you don't know how to clean your home, or you don't even know how to go to the store. Again, there are devices to help you to do just those things.
Right.
And when you learn all of those things, now you have an independent. Yes, there's nothing wrong with leaning on people once in a while. But when you do it every day, you have no independence. You will never learn how to be on your own. And that's what we want to encourage them to do. Just trust in the gift that you have. On my logo, there's a picture in the center of the heart with a bow on it. And what I want my clients to understand is when they was created, God put a gift in them. They have a unique gift. I have a unique gift. That's what allows me to sit here today. Everything I've done in my life has prepared me for this day, that allows me to be able to share it with everyone else.
And you definitely have a testimony. In the past, there was a radio DJ, Jimmy G. I don't know if you recall that name, but he was visually impaired, and he introduced me to reading for the blind.
Okay.
and I used to go and read that on at Channel 2, PBS or whatever it is, PBT. And do you have anyone participating in those type of services or
What you mean, reading to
reading
the?
to support the blind community?
We all of these are programs that we have in place that we want to do.
Hmm.
I recently signed up with Miss Paris Ward, so I can go into the school system myself
Right.
and read to them to show them how a person who can't fully see is able to read.
Oh, that's great.
So
We're really excited about that program, and I'm glad to know I've been working with the superintendent Dotris and getting that program growing. So I'm glad to know that you will be participating.
yes, sir. I mean, anything that I can do to be able to add my assistance in the sense of helping young people
Hmm.
to to live the right life, that's not a problem. I mean, I've worked as a coach before. I am currently an instructor working with adults with learning and physical disability right now.
Well,
So,
one of the things, and speaking about this in your program, I would encourage you, in particular, with they got all of these blogs and different internet platforms to create a reading program. And what I used to do, they had many different programs in terms of what you would read. I would read the news.
mhm.
Come in and read several pages of the news so that people could keep up with what's happening during that time, or you could read a book. You can read a book, come in every week and read a chapter or a portion of a chapter. So if you haven't thought about it, I would encourage you to think
Well,
about
they have the National Federation for the Blind, is an organization I'm a part of. They actually have a news line. That's
it.
a
Okay.
resource that I can give the clients where it's a free news line. They
Oh,
sign up
okay.
for it
Right.
and they can listen to it on their phone
Okay.
and they could hear updated news. They can also find employments. You got the talking book. The talking book is another resource in which they could get free books, up to date books that's on the market right now,
Right.
and listen to these books. It comes in large print, it comes in braille, as well as it comes in audio.
Okay.
So this allows them to feel like everyone else. Now
Right.
they get to read Miss Obama's book by just listening to it
Right.
or reading
And
it
even
braille.
the visually able are listening to Kindle or whatever.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
yeah.
So these are resources that's there for them that a lot of them don't know about, and none of this stuff they have to pay for.
Wow.
And that's why I want to be able to. And the whole thing is, I want to expand this outside Dade
Right.
County because there's people all over that is in need of the service because no one is letting them know. Listen, there's service there.
Right.
And
Are you in Dade, or are you in Dade and Broward, or what is?
no,
What is
I live in Dade. My
Okay.
office is in Dade,
Okay.
but again, I'm starting here in Florida. I want to get well established in Florida, and then expand outside Florida.
Okay.
I know of people based on going to the National Federation, the convention. Every year they have a convention. So when I go to the convention, I get to encounter other individuals that has the same problem, that in their different states
Right.
that they are in need of service.
Okay. If someone wants to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
They can go to mywilladvocacy.com. My Gmail is mywilladvocacy@gmail.com, or they can check me out on Facebook.
Well,
That's
Mr.
my
Gray,
will advocacy.
this has definitely been a great conversation, one that's needed, supporting our visually impaired community as well as the blind community. I know I have, I can't think of Virginia's last name, and you probably know, over at Lighthouse for the Blind.
Yes, I do know her. Yes.
Yeah, I have been engaged with her. As a matter of fact, I need to reach out. But again, tell folks how they can get in touch.
Again, mywilladvocacy@gmail.com. My phone number is 786-563-5855. And again, you can check me out on Facebook.
Well, Mr. Gray, this has been great. This has been, again, the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. If you want to know more about the Chamber, you can go to m-dcc.org, or you can call us at 305-751-8648. This is Black History Month. Look forward to seeing you out in the community as we celebrate our Black history. Thank you for joining us. Today, I stand before you, a proud graduate of Miami-Dade College and the 5th president of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. I'm honored to return to the college that prepared me to become a leader in our community, providing an education second to none. So I'm asking you to please tune in every Monday at 12 noon to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce's Member Connection, as I interview members of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce on our Facebook page at Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, or our YouTube channel, Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. To learn more about the Chamber, please go to m-dcc.org or call the Chamber at 305-751-8648.